ចិត្តកណាស់បាត់សង្គ្រោះជាតិប្រាជ្ញាផ្លេចសាមគ្គីក្រុមនានាសង្គ្រោះបំរើការពារកម្ពុជាខ្មែរត្រឹមគ្រប់គ្នាទាមទារសិទ្ធិសេរីឯករាជ្យបូរណភាពអធិបតេយ្យខ្មែរប្រស្រីបដូរផ្ដាច់ថែរក្សាមិនឲ្យបរទេសឈ្លានពានមកត្រួតត្រាសម្បត្តិដូនតាធនធានជាតិខ្មែរព្រះអាទិត្យរាំងបំភ្លឺកម្ពុជាខ្មែរឯកភាពគ្នាដងស្រាយបញ្ហាយកបាយសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គមអហិង្សាសូមគាត់ថ្លៃថ្លាជីវភាពរុងរឿងដីយើងពូជយើងខុសខលយើងខ្មែរក្រោកឡើងសង្គ្រោះជាតិខេមរាឆ្នោតឲ្យចំដល់អំណាចជូនប្រជាដើម្បីកម្ពុជារួមរឿងសេនសានជ័យយោគណៈបក្សសង្គ្រោះជាតិសមាជិកគណៈបក្សសង្គ្រោះជាតិប្រាជ្ញាថ្មីគ្មានសាមគ្គីក្រុមនានាសង្គ្រោះបំរើការពារកម្ពុជាខ្មែរត្រឹមត្រូវគ្នាទាមទារសិទ្ធិសេរីឯករាជ្យបូរណភាពអធិបតេយ្យខ្មែរប្រស្រីបដូរផ្ដាច់ថែរក្សាមិនឲ្យបរទេសឈ្លានពានមកត្រួតត្រាសម្បត្តិដូនតាធនធានជាតិខ្មែរព្រះអាទិត្យរាំងបំភ្លឺកម្ពុជាខ្មែរឯកភាពគ្នាដងស្រាយបញ្ហាយកបាយសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គមអហិង្សាសូមគាត់ថ្លៃថ្លាជីវភាពរុងរឿងដីយើងពូជយើងខុសខលយើងខ្មែរក្រោកឡើងសង្គ្រោះជាតិខេមរាបោះឆ្នោតឲ្យចំផ្ដល់អំណាចជូនប្រជាដើម្បីកម្ពុជារួមរឿងសេនសាន
And hello, thank you, and welcome to CNLP America. This is Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. Again, thank you for joining our show. My name is Samady Ou, and I am broadcasting live from the warm state of California. Thank you for joining us today. I know you have a lot of choices to watch, but you are here with us, so with that, thank you. This show is called Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. This is a platform designed to raise awareness and amplify the voice of Khmer youth worldwide, so who are passionate about justice and social change in Cambodia. Cambodian worldwide, also reminding them of their root and the importance of actively engaging in the issue affecting Cambodia. So this show aim to inspire and to empower Khmer youth overseas to take actions and advocate for positive changes in Cambodia by focusing on justice-related topics. So please do share our show with all Khmer youth inside and outside of the U.S. Our topic today is Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam Development Cooperation Triangle. This is a very hot topic. Hun Sen, who is the president of the Senate, spent over 2 hours yesterday talking about this, threatening about this. So Samady Ou, he's is our guest for today. He and I will go through this and explain what it is for our youth that doesn't know what it is. So in short, it's called CLV, stand for Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and DTL stand for development, the triangle development. So we will talk about that. But before we go on any further, I would like you to support petitions. And thank you again for being on our show. I have not been on the show for the last 2 weeks, been so busy, but I'm glad you are here. And again, hello everyone. I would like to ask you to, if you have not signed or if you have not shared yet, I would like you to share petitions. Please go to Khmer Movement for Democracy.org under campaign. Let me see if I can share the screen. And under campaign, I have 3 petitions for you to help and share, help to sign the petitions as well. Let me see if you can see this. Okay, you can see. If you are living in the U.S., please help to urge your Congress to pass the Cambodia Democracies and Human Rights Acts. So this is HR 4659. It's on the website of Khmer Movement for Democracy. Basically, we are working on this petitions in the U.S. So please, American, Cambodian American, doesn't matter what national, as long as you are American, please help to sign the petitions. And then it's, if you see the page, it says click sign here. So, and then if you go down, there's also a petitions seeking justice for people in Angkor Wat. You already know, if you have not known, there's over 10,000 families, many of whom have lived in Angkor Wat areas for generations, are being forced out as part of the government land grab. So please, and for that, they're getting a small cash payment, a few $100s, and they force or kick out where the land they've been there for, like I said, many generations. So please help to sign that petition as well. This petition, we have been, I believe this petition is of over 4 years now. This petition, this one is called Ending Impunity for Justice in Cambodia for State-Backed Killing. This petition have been running for over 4 years, and the anniversary of Dr. Kham Lay, we are on the 8th anniversary, but in 2020, this petition, so it's for all Khmer people who want to see justice, who want to end impunity in Cambodia, where the regime will do anything to get away with anything, and we want to see justice. So if you click on here, sign the petitions, it will get you to change.org. And we have over 112,000 signature, but we still need your signature as well. Anyone that have not signed, anyone have not put their name, signature on this, it's very simple, first name, last name, email, and that's all you have to do. What we do with these petitions, when we write a report or when we talk to international community, we also bring up this petition, so that way they know that the people inside Cambodia and outside Cambodia, this signature, 112,000 signatures, based on people, many of them, I believe 75 to 80% based on people in Cambodia. So Cambodians are thirsty for justice, for victims. You can see Bishop Bilika, you can see Vulnerable Someone Thun, you can see Chia Vichia, Chutwati, and Kham Lay that we just did his 8th anniversary. Their family need justice, and we need justice for the victim, and we need to stop what we call state-backed killing, meaning it's killed by the state, meaning that you can never find the real killer because it's backed by the state, backed by the country. So that are the 3 petitions I would like everyone to sign before we start. And please head to Khmer Movement for Democracy. They have all 3 there on one pages. You can take turn and sign, and also you can share that as well. So please help. If you didn't do anything today, that's one thing you can do for advocates for Cambodia. So now it's time to bring my guest. His name is Samady Ou. He pretty well known, so I will bring him into the show, and then we'll talk what have been he been doing. And I know he's going to travel in the next couple of days, so we will ask him as well what he's doing, what he's up to, and what's going on with his life.
ជំរាបសួរបង
So Samady,
ជំរាបសួរជំរាបសួរអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាជំរាបសួរបង
how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Bong, and you?
I'm good, thank you. How you been in California? How is it?
It's very hot, busy at work, so yeah. And also advocating for our country as as a hobby.
Yeah, without pay on our own time, and just doing our best to help and to also to spread the word of where's Cambodia, what's going on in Cambodia. Cambodia is a country with democracy, but there's no such thing as true democracy in Cambodia. There's no such thing as the respect of human rights in Cambodia. And that's if we have true democracy in Cambodia, Samady and I would be spending the time sleeping instead of working so hard to try to spread the message, try to advocate for Cambodia. You will be traveling soon. Where are you going, Samady?
I will be going to probably a country in Southeast Asia. It's a developed country. So let's just say I will be safe in Southeast Asia, and also is mostly encouraging youth in political party to train them to be future leaders and apply on the knowledge that we learn and exchange them with one another. What we can do to promote free and fair elections, promote human rights, and women in politics. Yes, Mom.
Yes. And if any of our audience interested or would like their son or their daughter or themselves would like to know more about Cambodia, would like to know how to get involved, please put in the message, and Samady and I are more than happy to talk to you, talk to anyone, talk to your kid, especially the Khmer youth, especially the college kid. I'm a little bit older than Samady, but I can explain what's going on. I can relay the message to the youth and see what's going on, because I'm not that old, but I am older than Samady, and so as much as we want the youth, especially overseas, especially in the US, we have a lot of youth, and we want them to understand what's going on. And Samady is not just in the US; he also traveled the world. Talking about Cambodia, talking Cambodia on the international stage, so that way when people hear, first of all, many people don't know where's Cambodia is, and if they do, they would say, why do you say Cambodia doesn't have democracy? Cambodia have Paris Peace Accord. Cambodia have all that free, fair elections. What happened? Well, we have to bring up to them that it's not free, it's not fair, and it's not just elections. When over 40 years it ruled by one family. Now, before we could just say ruled by one man, but now we can say ruled by one family. So in that, like I said, please. Also, we will have an event in Long Beach. If you are around Long Beach, please join me. Going to be August 10 on Saturday. We will have a public forum, so please join us. We will have detail of this coming out soon, but August 10. So mark your calendar. We will have a public forum meeting with the president of Khmer Movement for Democracy, and I hope Samady can join. I hope you'll be back by August 10, Samady.
Yes, I'll be back, Bon.
Yeah. So if you are San Diego, San Jose, San Francisco, please drive down and join us. You can meet me, you can meet Samady, and we will more than happy to get to know you, to let you know what's going on with Cambodia. And if you have a son, especially have your son, daughter, granddaughter, grandson who want to know more, please join us. Okay, so just that. And thank you, Samady, for giving up your time to be on this show, for giving up your own free time, your personal time off from work to travel around the world for Cambodia.
Yes.
So thank you for that.
Yes. Yes, Mom.
Samady, our topic for today, I already told Samady, but we haven't talked about this called
Yeah.
The people in Cambodia, known as CLV, meaning Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam, is called Triangle Development. So, the development triangle areas. It's the three country is incorporating, actually promoting the development and cooperations among border region of Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. I want to show a picture so that our audience know like what is it I'm talking about here. Let me see. I think this is a start. Yeah, I can share this one. Okay, this one. See if you can see the kind of golden color, blue and red. Those the golden color is Laos, the blue color is Vietnam, and the red color is Vietnam. So 4 province from Laos, 4 province from Cambodia, 5 province from Vietnam will be known as a CLV, Triangle Development. So they are creating those. It used to be 10 province, now it's total of 13 province. What they do is they people from so all these the thing is Hun Sen, who is the president of the Senate, was on TV over 2 hours explaining the benefit of this. At the same time, explaining why he arrested 3 people yesterday. And also, in addition to explaining, he threatening people that will talk about bad thing about this development. And just to be clear, Cambodia does have a prime minister, which is Hun Sen, Hun Manait. Unfortunately, yesterday his son was not out to explain. It's him that explaining. So either his son is lack the knowledge, lack the ability to explain. What is your take on this, Samady? Why doesn't the Prime Minister of Cambodia explaining this versus his father, who's no longer the Prime Minister but the President of the Senate, explaining this?
Well, Wong, if you watch a lot of Chinese drama, Korean drama, when the father is still alive and want to promote the crown prince to become, the next emperor, usually the son is seen as newborn to be putting in that position. As a result, in order to control state affair, the father still run everything behind the scene due to the fact that one as a formers leaders who ruled Cambodia for over 40 years, it's not easy to step down and to give his power away to his own son. That's why he became the president of the Senate, because one, to relay his message, and two, to show Cambodian people that he's still in politics and he still hold the power within the country. If you look at the speech of Prime Minister Hun Manait, when he talking about passive aggressive, no one really afraid of him. But when his father come out and say use the Khmer word "ngợp mui vai mui," if you get up one, I will knock down the person who get up. So as a result, today or yesterday in Cambodia, he came out with an actual threat that follow up by his action. In this case, whoever dared to talk about these projects that he worked so hard about, Cambodian, Laos, and Vietnam, they will be arrested. So far, 3 persons has been arrested, and it shows that Hun Sen is still in power. He only stepped down to international pressure, and two, he want to see if people still respected him within his own political party.
Has
Yes,
nothing
Bob.
to do with his son not able to lead the country, incapable of leading the country,
Yes, Bob.
inability to lead the country.
I think it's due to that too, and due to the fact that this is a very sensitive topic of Cambodia, as you know. We talking about the border of Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam, which we have a very unpleasant history of, losing part of our land to Vietnam during war. So this is a very sensitive topic. So his son would not be effective to threatening Cambodian people because he's not developed himself into that characteristic yet, like his father. As a result, he has to show how incapable his son is when it comes to showing threat on national TV.
Yes, so this you're looking at the map. Cambodia, the province that affected would be Stung Treng, Ratanakiri, Mandolkiri, and Kati. These CLV, it's so the good thing that according to them, it will provide security and diplomacy, easy in transportations between these three countries regarding trading, agriculture, trade, investment, environmental protections. If you look at the map, why not include Thailand? Do you ever wonder that? Because there's a border to Laos, there's a border to Cambodia. Why not? Why take Thailand out? Why not include Thailand?
Because if we look at it, Bong, Thailand, the objective is to beat Vietnam in 2050 to become, the richest country in Southeast Asia, and Vietnam is on the route to beat Thailand. So those two countries, they are very nationalist. They care about their own economy and their own independence and neutrality. That's why Thailand is not in this picture, because they love their own country, and they want to have an independence economy without having to lose to this CLV projects. So you might have something to add on top of that, Mo, but
I do.
yeah.
I do. If our youth were to look at historically on the relationship between Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos, people have clearly see that Vietnam is the leader in those on leader of Cambodia, the leader of Laos. I mean, they are the master, the right hand. Where Cambodia, when we talk about Cambodia, we have one right hand is Vietnam, and another hand is China. So China and Vietnam influence Cambodia. In this triangle, if you look at Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, the country that have the power that's powerful is Vietnam. Vietnam has power over Laos. Vietnam has power over Cambodia. The reason Thailand is not in there because Thailand is too powerful for them. And when we're talking about this CLV, this triangle development, every time you hear the word development in Cambodia, we know that Cambodia is going to be losing natural resources. Cambodia is going to be losing land. Cambodia is going to be losing forests. Every time we talk about natural resources, and that's the reason why for this whole week, or since last week, or since many years, people are concerned about this development. People are very concerned. So yesterday, Hun Sen arrested 3 people for giving. Basically, in Cambodia, you are not allowed to give a pro and con. You can only give a pro. like, this is good for transportation, this is good for trading, this is good for agriculture, but you are not allowed to worry to say negative things. This triangle development going to affect the Cambodia land, especially the four province. So you don't hear negative thing. It's not that you don't hear negative thing. You hear them, but if you are outside the country, you can say it. And Hun Sen said it as well. If you are in the country, if you are outside the country, he will search for you. He will search for your family in Cambodia. So Samady and I might not be safe. We are safe, but our family in Cambodia will get a visit probably, or anyone that outside Cambodia that is talking negatively about this. Hun Sen already threatened. He will search for your family in Cambodia, and people in Cambodia. He will arrest you for incitement. I think that's the most popular word, is incitement. So let me read a little bit of what is this going on. So under this development, many Cambodian expert or analysis have been concerned about this, especially concerned that Cambodia will lose its sovereignty. So many Cambodian think it's a small matter because the development is on the border. But they didn't know. What they don't know is, if you look at the blue areas, the people in the red areas is Vietnam. So the people in Vietnam can travel to the blue, to the gold without having visa, can travel to work, can travel to live. How can it be benefiting Cambodian? How can it be benefiting Cambodian when it's come to job market? When the people who are, if I put a number so that way, me see, I have a number so that way I can show you that it is Cambodia. One Cambodian will equal to 7 Vietnam. So one Cambodian that living on those 4 province, because the population, Vietnam population is so much larger than Cambodian. So people are afraid that Vietnamese will travel. They will travel. They already travel from Vietnam to Cambodia, from Vietnam to Laos, stay there without any visa, without any paperwork. They can travel freely in and out of Laos, in and out of Cambodia. So that's what people are worried about. So they can work freely, they can live freely without visa. So the trading is controlled by Vietnam. The school is controlled by Vietnam language and culture. So Vietnam is promoting friendship with Cambodia and Laos. So this is the reason why for the past weeks you keep hearing about CLV. So and also this development will erase the livelihood of the indigenous, the minority community on those 4 provinces. So Cambodia has what we call Paris Peace Accord. I guess that's the reason why the people that teaching 1991 Paris Peace Accord got arrested yesterday, because because we as a Cambodian have Paris Peace Accord, where we talking about territory integrity. So this, according to this development, is unlimited migration from Vietnam to Cambodia, to that 4 state. Does it explain a little bit, Samady, why is it like people are worried that let me see. I have the number. Let me see. I have the number where it's 1 to 7. like 1 Cambodian equals 7 of Vietnam in that population. Okay, let me see. So basically, on those 4 provinces, Cambodia will have currently has a populations of 750,000 people. Laos will have a therefore province will have their population is 690,000. Vietnam in those 5 provinces has a total population of 7.04 million people. So you are talking about 1 to 7 or 1 to 8. So that's the reason why it's not, when you're talking about trading, when you talk about work or employment, how can Cambodia be benefit in employment when Cambodia is like 1/8, the population of Cambodia in that areas is 1/8 to Vietnam. So Vietnam will benefit if you're talking about trading, you're talking about employment, development, anything in around those areas. Anything you want to add, Samady, on this?
Well, on this issue,
Negative.
okay, let me see. On this issues, if we talking about Cambodia, we have to learn from history. You know, historically, Cambodia always has border dispute, mostly with Vietnamese, the Vietnam government. And in this scenario, Cambodia has had, historical border dispute many times with Vietnam, mostly, and then Laos, and some of them which remain unresolved due to how sensitive this topic is. So if you dare to go to the border, you will get arrested. Back in the day, you had to get arrested or killed. Back in colonial era and even earlier, with various treaties and agreement over the years, has been failing due to Hun Sen to fully settled Khmer Krom, which is the Lower Cambodia, indigenous Cambodian, settled the boundaries in this case, and the risk would be these joint development projects. We have to see who is the strongest country. In this case, as you said, Vietnam and Laos is stronger, and in this case, Vietnam is the leader into investing into this projects. I think they invested $3.7 billion in this projects. And when our country, Cambodia, come out to be the weakest, this can be perceived as an opportunity for neighboring country to assert control and influence over this disputed area. And if you take a look at it, once they colonize or not colonize, they has been taken control of those disputed area of Cambodia. This can, put in to infrastructures, for example, like you said, Vietnam has more people, and they probably ran out of land to settle in. In this case, these projects could allow them to settle inside Cambodia as part of the Triangle development. And in this case, it would give them a reason to have a contract, to have infrastructure development contract, joint projects with Cambodia, such as highway, bridge, industrial zone, and those required land. Building houses for Vietnamese worker that crossing those border to work inside Cambodia. Like you said, they don't need any visa. Might be in those this disputed border and sensitive area inside Cambodia. As a result, after they build infrastructures, it's going to be difficult to get them out of our country. And now Cambodia no longer have neutrality, and we just become, half Chinese and half Vietnamese in 50 years from now. And I heard our prime minister said his goal is to make Cambodia the upper middle class country by 2050. What's the point of becoming an upper middle class countries by 2050 when we losing all the land and no longer have our own independence and relied on Chinese and Vietnamese, to provide a boost economy of our country. So this is all lead to more risk than benefit in economy. Um, uh, exactly the opposite of the president of the Senate said recently in his 2 hours national TV show, or live talking for 2 hours, threatening Cambodian people. So I think this is a very crucial topic to talk about, Bong. And that's why he came out and said, whoever dare to discuss about this topic gonna immediately get arrested or thrown in jail.
Yeah, and we all, I mean, people overseas and also people inside right now, it's very very worried. And so next month they're gonna start building the Funan Canal.
Yes.
So, and during that time, Hun Sen said he will not need to need Vietnamese to breathe, the air from Vietnamese to breathe. But at the same time, he boosting this CLV as a very good economic for Cambodia. It's benefit Cambodia, environmental protections and all this good stuff. And we all know from history, our forests have been chopped down. Lake have been sand on the lake. Will no more lake, no more natural resources. You mean like the mineral in Cambodia have so there is no such thing. There's no good thing from here, and we know that Hun Sen have given land concession to Vietnam with a 99-year contract, 99-year lease to Vietnam company, doing those areas for a state-owned rubber plantations, and they already lease vast majority of those land. So it's not incorrect that people are worried about this, and it's truly, instead of Hun Sen arresting people, threatening people, he should have at least show why is it good. Instead, tell people, oh, don't talk about this. You are inciting people. Of course, people are worried. People are worried that, like somebody said, our history is Khmer crown, that we lose 23 states to Vietnam. So, and now we're going to be, many people, many Cambodian can never travel to the border and look at the border, or take a videotape of the border, or talk about the border, or talk about where the borderline should be. It's a very sensitive subject, but now people mainly want people going to Vietnam, age of Vietnamese coming to Cambodia, so can travel freely, can live freely on those 4 provinces. It's no benefit at all, because there are over 7 million Vietnamese currently living on the population of Vietnamese in those 5 provinces, over 7 million people. That's half of the population of Cambodia itself. So those 5 people from those 5 provinces, people from those 5 provinces will travel to the 4th province in Cambodia and live freely, really freely. So there's no benefit to Cambodia, at all. Besides losing land, besides now the border is going to be moving from Ratanakiri, Mandalkiri, now going to be moving to Stung Treng, and so half of Cambodia it's basically gone, and that's what we worry about. And instead of explaining, instead of pointing out what's the benefit, the true benefit, he's threatening people. He's threatening his own people. so that way he can please, like our own audience said, to please Vietnam. And we talk again. Vietnam is according to the triangle, Vietnam has the most power, and this triangle does not include. I mean, triangle is three, so it does not include Thailand, even though Thailand is right next door.
Mhm.
So,
And also, when you brought up, the topics of economic boost, the people who strongly support these projects might argue that you extremist people, they call them us who have, the brain to think on both sides, call us extremists, say, why did you disagree with this project when it can boost Cambodian economy and could potentially put Cambodia to be an upper middle class country by 2050? This program could create millions of jobs for Cambodia. If that scenario would have happened, let's say the economic opportunity arise for Cambodian people to find jobs and they no longer work in Thailand, but work in those, triangle projects created by those joint program. Yes, it might attract workers and settlers from Cambodian that currently work in Thailand. However, it also attracts Vietnamese and Laos into Cambodian territory. And the risk of that would be over time, significant migration. As you know, a lot of Vietnamese, like you said, 7-1, will came into Cambodia in those region projects, and they end up settle and could alter our Cambodian demographic balance in the border region. It could be, 7-1, 50 years from now on, all of the Cambodian at the border might become Vietnamese legal citizen, potentially leading to, our cultural assimilation, and we can our territorial claim within the next 50 years, just like Kastralbong. So we have to really think carefully about this. And some people, when they falsely and blindly believe in these projects and just to please Hun Sen because they have a position within the government or receive some sort of benefit from, this political party inside Cambodia, they fail to see what we will have to lose 50 years from now. So I think this is a very crucial topic that we all need to talk about. And secondly, if we all afraid to talk about it, Cambodia will no longer have its own country. 50 years from now, we will lose all those region to our neighbor country.
yeah, and it's not just the border, Samady. It's going to be those four provinces that four provinces. So basically, almost one third of Cambodia, whatever left of Cambodia. So any development, any job development, it will not be benefit Cambodia. It will not be benefit Laos, because the populations of Laos and the population of Cambodia on those four province from Laos and four province from Cambodia, it's not even equal one or one, I say 1/7 of Vietnam. So every, like I said, when it's come to job, if they hire one Cambodian, they have to hire 8 Vietnam. And if we are the underdeveloped, if we consider ourselves underdeveloped country, that means under those development, they're gonna develop our country. When you're talking about, when Hun Sen talking about development, or thank you, peace and development, that meaning the three natural resource gonna be gone. So the Cambodia is the weaker country that they're gonna develop. So when it's develops, I mean they need power, they need manpower to develop the country. So where do they get manpower? From Vietnam, the 7 million Vietnam from those 5 provinces that will able to travel freely. It's not from those provinces. The whole Vietnam can now travel freely to the 4 provinces in Cambodia.
Mm-hmm. Yes, well, and like you said, in this case, the biggest and most powerful investor in this project, which is a neighbor, Vietnam, they offered significant investment. And, to make this project work, I believe they will offer their own technical expertise for this projects. And the risk of Cambodia that become economically reliant on Vietnam and finding a challenge to push back against territorial encroachment in this case, because if we become reliant on a neighbor country, the regime will fear of losing the economic benefit in the future. Let's say we want to shift away from China due to, U.S. Diplomatic issues with the Chinese government, and want to side with Vietnam. And if this projects would have taken shape, of course we will, relied on Vietnam, because they on their way to be, the number one richest country in Southeast Asia. And as a result, we will give anything to make that happen. And like I said, history-wise, we haven't solved any issues yet when these projects haven't even take shape. Just imagine what happened when we become a reliant country to the neighboring country of Cambodia. This is a very sad thing to talk about, but at the same time, this is how they decide to run the country. They're willing to lose everything in turn to keep themselves in power and economically to become an upper middle class country by 2050.
Yes, so Hun Sen, we call it yesterday, but I think yesterday in Cambodia too, for 2 hours explaining this, threatening this, arrested. He said arrest 3 people, and he will continue to arrest people inside the country that actually against this. So basically, Hun Sen will do anything, one, to plead Vietnam, and second, to make sure that his family is having control over Cambodia. His family, meaning him, Hun Manite, or any of his crony, still have control over Cambodia. And the second, another hand, is China. So in addition to this, right now, that we are really hot topic. Another one is the Funan Canal that they're going to start building in August, I believe, on his birthday. So now we're having Vietnam and we're having China into Cambodia, and we know that China give a lot of money, pour a lot of money into Cambodia, and as a result, we know Ream Naval Base. Have access to the base. China build the base. China, it's basically built and operated by China, China military. So I'm not sure which one it's like both of them are scary, and we are losing Cambodia to both countries, China and Vietnam. Anything you want to say about the China? So our audience know that, one side we are dealing with Vietnam, and the other side we are dealing with China, and Hun Sen is playing, please both country, so that way him and his family will continue to stay in power.
Yes, well, honestly, I think due to his plan on continuing his dynasty, he willing to lose everything of Cambodia as long as it remained within his family. So in this case, yes, to keep the Cambodian people happy and provide economic boost to the country. He is willing to do anything. One major difference between the Cambodian government and the Thai government is that the Thai government, no matter who become the leaders of their country, they will consider Thai above anything else. Their national uh, neutrality of Thailand above anything else. You cannot try to take a part of a piece of Thailand, and a country will have an upper benefit of their economy. That won't work. But in Cambodia, on the other hand, we are willing to give away anything as long as the regime can stay in power. So that's two major different things. And I think a couple weeks ago I saw a videos on social media. The people were reviewing the new airport that is built in Angkor Wat. It's like a ghost town. They will promise to boost economy and boost more tourism to come and visit Angkor Wat, Siem Reap. In this case, after the airport being built, it is like a ghost. It's like a ghost town. No one coming to visit Cambodia. While we saw the flight route, hundreds of flights during vacation month landed in Vietnam and Thailand instead of Cambodia. So this is
Samady, I'm going to interrupt you, Samady. It's a slow season, Samady. Why are you making fun of the regime? It's supposed to be slow season. The U.S., the European, everyone. This is a holiday where the kid doesn't have school, and for somehow Cambodia has slow season, while the rest of the world is the busiest season. It is summer in America. America have 50 states. Summer where people in America are willing to travel, willing to spend their hard-earned money. But instead, Cambodia has a slow traveling season. Why could it be, Samady?
I think is due to the main concern of human trafficking inside our country. Cambodia has been known in Southeast Asia. You like it or not, the UN released and human right, and they released the statistic of data of how much people has been involved in human trafficking, and Cambodia is the largest safe haven for those type of activities in Southeast Asia. And if I am, willing to spend money, I would be afraid to go visit Cambodia too, due to human traffic. And as a result, the government did not take any initiative to improve this issue, and they rather visit the neighboring country instead. You are muted, Long.
Yeah, can you hear me, Samady?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yes. It's the issue with Cambodia is not just that when it's come to cybercrime or cyber criminal, talking about cybercrime, human trafficking, money laundering, that's all included. The issue with Cambodia is they're not acknowledging that they have issue. They just bandaging. Like recently, the embassy of India was telling the people in the ministry of in Cambodia to help rescue the Indian people in Cambodia. So it's not the regime is not proactively taking responsible for this cybercrime, and that scare people, and also it's play into corruption as well. So that's the reason why, and people have described the Angkor Wat Siem Reap International Airport as a very peaceful airport versus other airport is very hectic.
Yes, well.
Let me read some comment from our audience that related to this CLV, this triangle development between Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. One of our audience said it, I can see the blue and yellow zone would not be able to move to the red zone if they wanted to, since the red zone are so densely populated. That is correct. There's those 5 provinces equals 7 million Vietnamese. So if you're talking about just 7 provinces moving around within those zones, then we're talking about 7 million. But if you're talking about the whole Vietnam that can move freely into the blue zone, freely into Laos, and one of Laos can move into the red zone. So the balance is unequal. So everyone can see clearly that the people in the red zone gonna be migrating to the blue and to the yellow. So yes, that is clearly you can see it. So last night, I want to say it again. Last night, Hun Sen called for the court to prosecute those who misrepresent the fact about the CLV, and so will he's arrest you. He will prosecute you to the fullest of the law, his law, the regime law, and the people that outside of Cambodia, like us and like Samady, he will track us down and tracks our family down. So, and nevertheless, we have to speak what is concerning. This is a real concern. This is a real concern. You're talking about 50 years, Samady. I don't think it's going to take 50 years. I think it's going to take 10 more years to actually people going to forget where's the border, because the people from the red zone will be moving to the yellow and to the blue zone. And we can never see where's the borders at, because development on those border, development by the people from the red zone.
Yes,
Anything you
well,
want to add, somebody? We are almost 3 minutes from our
you
show
know,
end.
most importantly, I believe that most people that fortunate enough to, able to live in a democratic country like the United States, where you have the freedom of speech, is still afraid to talk about issues that is going on, especially regarding human right, on United States soil. That it, the the ancestor of this land fought so hard to for them to have the freedom of speech, and they're still afraid of the regime transnational repressions, threatening you across the border, even though you're American Cambodian citizen. um, you know um, if you're asking me, am I afraid? Of course, I'm afraid, because I still want to go to Cambodia. I love Cambodia. I love Angkor Wat. That's my motherland. But at the same time, if what's the point of being American citizen if you do not practice your freedom of speech, and shows that what this country fought so hard historically to offer us this opportunity. So I believe we should not be afraid to talk about issues regarding human rights in general as American citizen. So the more threatening the regime did to us, the harder we're going to advocate for Cambodia. I have nothing to lose because I live here. My life is not Cambodia. I never grew up in Cambodia. So most of the stuff that being offered to me is in the US. So I believe everyone should be doing the same thing too. Throw away the life that uh, that you used to have, you used to think you would have in Cambodia. And most of these people be living here for 20, 30 years, and if you're asking them, are you going to move back to Cambodia, I don't think they would. um, because they worked so hard to come here. I don't think they would move back to Cambodia. So this is why it's very crucial for us to advocate for human right in general, Bon.
Yes, and the people in Cambodia, the people who has so much money, who has, by corruptions and by basically the crony, basically the regime, the family, dictatorship family, the family and the friends, the so-called the Hun family has so much money, and you have to realize that they do have property overseas. They have property in America, in Australia, in other country, and while they are out of their mouth, they so much love peace and prosperity in Cambodia, but why do they have money overseas? Why do they have property overseas? And willing to just sending their children, especially sending their children overseas for education, and having going to private school in Cambodia, while public school in Cambodia never been developed. So please, if you are outside of Cambodia and you are a youth, please care and concern about the country that your parent or your grandparent, or the country that you call that you have a blood of, which is Khmer. So please advocate, please reach out and let talk and see what we can do together to move Cambodia. And when we're talking about this topic, which is we start out CLV, CLV-DTA, it stands for Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam Development Triangle Area. So CLV-TLA. So according to the regime, it's promote development and cooperation among border region of Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. And this is not, it's not true at all. It's not a development. It's not a corporations at all. It's a development for Vietnam to take over Laos and to take over Cambodia. We are talking about Cambodia because we are Cambodian. There are 7 million of Vietnam living in 5 provinces, whereas we have 700,000 people living in those 4 provinces. So the balance of the population is not balanced, and people are moving freely. So again, this is a very concerning, and this is not a development that benefit Cambodian, not at all, not even at all. And when you're talking about human resource, if you're in HR, you talk about human resource, talking about building anything, somebody talking about development, we only going to lose, not in addition to losing the natural forest, natural resources include forest, include land, we will lose the land as well to those borders. We will not see where's the borders at in, I give it 10 years, because this project is started out in 1999. So, and it just come to light because now it's fully developed, and many people say, Cambodia should say no to this. It might be a little late to say no, for the Hun regime to say no, but at the same time, we want the Cambodian people want transparency, want what the regime going to do to protect the border. What is the transparency they're going to do? But at the same time, we see it again and again and again. Anyone that dare to talk about the border, anyone dare to talk about where the border's at, go take a picture where the border's at, or anyone touching Vietnam, how Vietnam is moved. And now under this development, Vietnam will be moving freely in and out of Cambodia. Freely, can live there, can move freely. So it's no benefit to Cambodia at all.
Yes, ma'am.
We a minute ago, we were almost 3 minutes to an hour. Now we are over 3 minutes. So thank you so much, Samady, for being here with me. This is a very concerned topic, a very hot topic right now. Samady and I, we were going to talk about cybercrime in Cambodia. That's also a hot topic that doesn't go away. But since this, we will talk some other time. Samady will be traveling soon, so have a safe trip, Samady. Hopefully it's you will make us proud representing Cambodia, and so we'll see you when you're back in the state. We don't want to bother you while you're traveling and be asking you to be on, but I hope you have a safe trip. Okay.
Kon Bong and Jim Ripley to our audience.
Thank you, Samady, and also thank you, our audience, for being here. Again, if you have Khmer youth living in the United States or overseas, please share the video. I would be watching or reading the comment. If you have questions, if you want me to talk about any topic, please let me know. But at the same time, please be aware of what's going on in the country and what's going on in Cambodia. I know people in Cambodia have very limited freedom of expressions, but at the same time, I want the people who live outside the country have freedom to express what they can express, and people living overseas should not be fear of what they have to say, because that's use your voice to advocate for Cambodia. Like this case, this is a case that it's very sensitive right now. So CLV, you're gonna hear about that a lot. CLV, Cambodia, Lao, Vietnam Development Triangle areas. It's does not benefit at all to Cambodia, to Cambodian people. We will lose all the natural resources on those four province. We will lose the land, and that is, everybody can see it. If you're talking about population, you're talking about how many people in Vietnam and versus how many people in Cambodia. So, in that case, thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Let me know if you want me to talk about anything. I will studying, and I will hopefully will bring you some insight of what I think, and also what our guests will think. I also hopefully you can join me. If you are able to, please let me know. I will bring you in as a guest. So thank you so much for being here. Have a good day, have a good evening wherever you at. I will see you next week. Thank you.